It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Can you hear me at all? Try again. I can't hear you. Hang on. We can't hear you.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
So here I was taking 10 minutes, 7 actually, to try to diagnose why my audio wasn't working, at least through here. And then thankfully. All right.
You know what? So let me start this. Here we are 8 minutes in and nobody can hear me. And you know why? As usual, I forgot to press the microphone button. Okay.
Do you see that?
Yeah,
comment?
and yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, can't hear you, Jay. Thanks, Mrs. Alva. Yeah. And just make sure you press the button, Jay. Oh, yeah. Now you tell me, right? Got you. Anyway, that's how disgusted I am that the Miami Hurricanes lost yesterday. And
You know,
the
they
fashion
ruined
which
a
they lost.
parlay of mine. I
Yeah,
thought Georgia Tech, right?
Listen,
Georgia Tech.
no. Okay, now that my mic is on and you all can hear me, and forgive me again, that's the audio.
It happens, but
Gaff. No, it happens, but it shouldn't happen. I'm disgusted. But let me go back over what I was saying in the beginning for 8 minutes and nobody could hear me. That's talking about having to edit that out. Okay, now let's start the show officially, right? Anyway, I've been a Miami Hurricanes fan since 1981. All right, I'm showing my age here.
Okay? And it's been 84 years in the Titanic lady voice.
Yeah. Anywho, I don't know where that came from. And trust and believe, being even a Cleveland sports fan, right? I've seen some horrible, horrible, horrible L's in my lifetime. The drive, the shot, the fumble, Jose Mesa, the list goes on and on if you're a Cleveland sports fan, right? And I've seen the Miami Hurricanes lose to Georgia Tech when they've been in conversation for contention, championship contention, whether it's the football playoff, whatever the case may be. And I said to a guy in a Facebook sports group I'm in, who's a Canes fan as well, I said, listen, man, I don't trust this game. This is a trap game. Now, mind you, throughout the game, the Hurricanes were struggling. Van Dyke was struggling.
Yeah.
But they scratched and clawed and they got the lead. All right. So let me fast forward to what everybody has seen by now throughout the country. And I mean, everybody, it should be some sort of meme. I don't know how to do one or make one, but I'm trust and believe the way that ended yesterday should be some sort of meme. But anyway, you all have seen it, of course, by now. To why you don't take a knee in that situation, you did everything right. Georgia Tech was out of timeouts. All you need to do is take a knee and run the clock out. And here's the killer part. I don't know who the announcers were for that game, but one of them specifically said before they even came to the line of scrimmage, before they even snapped the ball, he said the Miami Hurricanes should just take a knee here and just run the clock out. And then he said, I hope they don't hand this ball off. He kept saying it. And sure enough, they hand the ball off. Guy goes down, and in the midst of being tackled, the Georgia Tech defender rips the ball out of his hand. Georgia Tech recovers. Now, there was some question on whether or not if the guy was down and all that kind of stuff. Replay says, no, it was a fumble. And then what happens? 2 plays later?
Yep.
2 plays later, 2 passes. And then on the last part, the safety on the touchdown scored by Georgia Tech to win the game, the safety overplay. You don't, man, listen, it's official. I'm done.
Really?
I'm done. I'm dead serious. I'm done. I am no longer a Miami Hurricanes football fan after that game yesterday.
Wow.
I'm done.
Just that one game. After all these years.
I'm done. You want me to say it in English? I'm done.
Remember, they beat
you want me to say it in Spanish? No.
I'm very much in disbelief of what I'm hearing, because if there was one thing that went unwavered with our host. It was we call you flip flop for a reason on a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But that was one that if there was one that we could set it aside and just say all else will take place or could happen, but this won't, or is the least likely, it would have been what you just said, that statement.
Okay.
Look what I deal with, right? I'm not far naturally
man,
from you.
Stop it. Purdue has never lost a game. Listen, I don't.
They lost to an anemic offense yesterday that has been desperately trying to fire their offensive coordinator, which happens to be the head coach's son, for years. Okay, so what happens? They get the backup quarterback because the transfer from Michigan, broke his leg, unfortunately, or had an ACL injury. And so you may remember this because I'm sure you watched the Big Ten championship game. And Purdue, somebody scored, and it was the tight end, but it wasn't their starter. It was their backup named Eric All, who happened to transfer with this quarterback to Iowa. I told you why I was so why I told Lions fans on draft day that they drafted two players, both from Iowa, one named Jack Campbell, who was the linebacker. Then they drafted a tight end, Sam Laporta. And I said, those players are studs because I watched them too many times. So what I know about Iowa's offense is they are going to run it right down the middle.
Shout out to D Gully. Shout out to D Gully for joining us from the CLM bus.
That is it. That is all they have. And Michigan State, without a head coach, gave up less points than we did. And that's
can I introduce the other person that joined the show? My gosh, we already started off on the wrong foot here. D Gully from the CLM bus joins us. D Gully, what it do?
Hey man, everything is good. How you guys doing today? I'm coming from NBA World Champion headquarters.
Well, yeah, our host just announced his affiliation with the U. And
I put it in the Discord. No, you think I'm kidding? Gully,
man,
first of all,
listen,
let me say something to you all. Hold on, let me say something to you all right quick. In case y'all didn't know, let me get you up to speed right quick. Gully and I are cousins. Actually, we don't not play cousins. We're literally family. Her blood runs through, that type of deal. He'll tell you. I don't say stuff to be saying it. When I tell you it's official, I'm done as a Miami Hurricanes football fan. You will not see me wearing any gear, I'm done. Let me say it. I have been watching the Miami Hurricanes since 1981. Did y'all hear that part? I have never seen them lose to Georgia Tech or a game period in that fashion. Never. I'm done. You don't deserve my fandom after that. You don't. And I've seen them lose to Georgia Tech. Let me say again. I know we don't do redundancy or reiterations. Do we? Maybe. I don't know, but we will right now. I've seen them lose to Georgia Tech in a myriad of ways. Okay? When they were in contention, all right? Or in the mention. I've never seen them lose a game to any team in that. Matter of fact, listen, like I'm going to say again, the way they lost that game last night, give me back the drive, the shot, and the fumble. All right? I'd relive those moments before I sit and watch that. Listen, they did everything right. They made Georgia Tech use up all their timeouts. All they had to do was just take a knee. That's all you had to do. The announcer said it. Did I say that already? Because if I did, excuse me, I'm going to say it again. The announcer said, just take a knee. You don't need to hand the ball off in that situation. And what do they? Listen, we talk about coaching here on this program. You can blame that on Cristobal completely. You don't need to hand the ball. You don't even have to be. Listen, I was sitting next to somebody who does not like sports at all, but they were, because of me, they was like, okay, I'll watch it, because that's what they was like. They asked me. It was like, why would they hand the ball off? And they know nothing about football or baseball or basketball or soccer or hockey or badminton or field hockey or tennis. They was like, why would he do that? Okay, I'm done. It was a disgrace.
How about the fact that you know, it was what made matters worse was they still collapsed over 2 plays. The fumble happened.
Listen.
After the fumble, they still had an opportunity to recover, and they still fumbled the bag.
You don't understand. You don't understand. Let me, and I'm not a psychologist, but let me tell you something about the psyche. Did you see the guy who got the ball ripped? It was 2 players that they showed on the sidelines. One was an offensive lineman, I can't think his name, and the guy who fumbled or whatever. They were in tears. Bruh, once that happened, I'm telling you, these are my dudes, bruh. Used to be. Once that happened, the game was lost. I'm not surprised at the sequence of events after the play was ruled, after the replay review, they came back and said the play stands. The Canes their minds were not on the game anymore at that point. They were not defensively. They was out there saying, I can't believe that just happened. I couldn't believe it. I'm done. I'm done as a Canes fan. I'm done. And whatever it is that's going on in Brownstown here in Cleveland, this whole Deshaun Watson, Kevin Stefanski, I know this ain't what we was going to talk. We're going to talk about some gridiron type of stuff, but just, because there's so many Browns fans, here on the P-Rogram. I'm telling y'all, I got a couple phone calls already. There's dissension in Cleveland. It's dissension. Stefanski threw Deshaun Watson under the bus. Oh, he was ready to play. He could have played. He just decided not to. You don't do that. You don't do that. What you need to say that for? Why do you need to say that? And let me ask this question. Gully, as long as you've been watching the Browns, as have I, and in more recent memory, Double J and Brother Rich, help me to understand something. Why is it that with Baker, with Brissett, with Deshaun, and with DTR, why is it that the play calling looks the same? Answer that question for me. All 4 of them guys look the same. And even more so with DTR, a rookie. Tell me, you all watch that game. How in the world, tell me how Stefanski helped his rookie quarterback out. What did he do to help him out?
Yeah, see, that's why it remains mystifying how successful Baker Mayfield is. It's right.
It's not mystifying.
No. It does. It is mystifying in one perspective, because your question answers itself. Because
then how come nobody asked? How come nobody answered the question of why I asked was Stefanski on the hot seat? I asked that before the season started.
Because I think we place a lot more emphasis on the fact that I guess it seemed as if the Browns offense, all right, put it this way. Before Stefanski, since 1999, before Stefanski, I think the Browns had maybe 2 seasons, perhaps, where you could say they had an offense that was a potent enough offense to give teams something to worry about, maybe.
Yeah, and particularly talking about that year they went 10-6 but didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, and Derek Anderson, he got traded to the Bengals and we didn't know it. Yeah, because he threw like 4 picks in week 17. Yeah. But right, so you had that 1 year, and then you've got the year that the Browns made it to. They actually made it to the playoffs versus the Steelers. Aside from that, you really don't have a team. Never really had a team that showed anything close to a offensive identity, or an identity that was one that teams had to really plan for. You get what I'm saying? It was very predictable. Right. Stefanski
is still predictable.
Unfortunately, it seems it is. But Stefanski seemed at first to provide something different, something we hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah, but let me tell you why that is the case, though. Let me tell you why that's the case. Mind you, you're talking about probably when he won Coach of the Year.
Right.
Okay, it was COVID. Wasn't no fans in the stands, and nobody had the book out on him yet. He got away with one. You don't think so? Yeah, he got away with one.
Well, hold on. Let's be honest, Barbershop.
What's with the double reverse inside the red zone? What's you running the reverse for?
No, but all right. What was your opinion of his signing or his arrival as coach? What
I didn't want it. I had my question was, and I asked Njoku when I went to training camp. I was like, man, and they're not gonna say nothing. They players, and they don't know me all like that, so they don't want to think, I'm gonna take it and then run with it type of deal. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't have to. Sometimes you can say a lot without really saying a whole lot. Do that make sense? Okay. I was like, man, what is the deal? What made them bring him here in the first place? If you go back and look at his tenure in Minnesota, there was no reason why he should have been on the Browns' radar for a head coach. And let me say this to you as well. The Browns are not listen, I know Browns fans who are staunch and homers to a fault are going to be up in arms, but I'm going to tell it like it T.I. ain't. The Steelers, the Ravens, and I'm just talking about the AFC North, are but a few teams in the NFL who can go hire a guy like Mike Tomlin. Basically a no-name if you don't really know football. I knew Mike Tomlin was with the Vikings too when the Steelers hired him. You get what I'm saying? As an unknown head coach. Because they had everything else in place. They've only had 3 head coaches the Steelers have in my lifetime. The Browns are not one of those teams that can be the team to give a guy his first, not at that position. They needed to do at that time what they just did with Jim Schwartz. You need to hire a guy who has done it before. Once upon a time, they had Kyle Shanahan, and he had Brian Hoyer looking like the second coming of, I don't pick a name. And then the Browns brass at that time decided to go and draft Johnny Manziel. And Kyle Shanahan said, if you do that, I'm out of here. I don't want him. And then what happens? Where's Kyle Shanahan at now? All I'm asking is somebody help me to understand, man, with his play design and his play calling, does he call plays based on having a feel for the game? No, he does not. His play calling stinks. Stinks. All the way stinks. Tell me I'm lying. Double J. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, this might be a bad analogy, but I'm going to use it. It's almost like you give a guy who's bad with money $100,000. Which, you understand what I'm saying? I'm on record. This is the most talent from top to bottom the Browns have had on the roster in my lifetime. I'm talking about even when in the days of Kosar and Slaughter and Langhorne and Brennan and Mack and Biner, how many of those guys would you, if you were playing fantasy football, how many of those guys would you have picked? You might have picked Mack and Biner because they both were 1,000-yard rushers. They were, you know what I mean? But nobody would have picked Webster Slaughter. He was if you were a Cleveland fan, he was a favorite. You know what I mean? But he was not a football fan favorite. Neither was Langhorne, neither was Brennan. And you might have picked Ozzie Newsome. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Man, you got guys on this roster, just from a talent standpoint, that you would be picking in fantasy football. No, bro. You give this guy all of this talent, and what does he do with it? Man, you're running a reverse. Hey, okay. All right. Yeah, he'll be fired. But anyway, we're 27 minutes in. Let's start the show officially. All right. Anyway, our first item on the menu after that rant, if you want to call it that. I'm telling you right now, I'm done as a Canes fan. I'm done. I don't know who I'm going to roll with now.
So we really should just go ahead and just start with like going forward, we should just go ahead and have the pre-show duel or pre-show triple threat match, like WWE style argument / discussion topic, because that's how we've been trending, right?
Overreaction Sunday.
Overreaction Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call it overreaction.
Like if the pay-per-view
or the right
wasn't
kind
good
of reaction
enough.
Sunday.
No, look, because I told you I jumped pretty much. You handed me the baton because then I proceeded to just run right in with it and go off on how many points you just made about what first-year head coaches do and don't do. Losing to an anemic offense and then having Ohio State come in next week. I don't want to watch these games. Like this is.
I don't either. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I've never seen the Canes lose in that fashion. But anyway, hoops.
I've never seen any team lose in that. Look, I never lost in that fashion on Madden. I've never seen this ever. Like this is going to be. Yeah, that sets the franchise. Yeah, bro. That sets the university back.
I did that once in Madden, Gully. I want to say it was 2014, 16, where I truck sticked someone. It was the AI that decided to call play. And again, they could have taken a knee and then took it to the house and lost my mind. You know, I would to this day say that had I participated on a team and won a Super Bowl, it may have felt about equal because it just shouldn't have happened.
Man,
yeah. Like I said, let's get to some Hoop Central, man, and then the Gridiron so we can get out of here because I'm done. All right. I just think excuse me, I think I'm going to roll my college alma mater, Ohio University, the Bobcats.
All right. Hey, listen, there's still room on that midnight train to Georgia, man. I'm really rooting for them to win that third straight, and it's increasingly looking like it's going to happen, bro.
Yeah, I know. They just whacked somebody yesterday. Yeah. My gosh, they put up 52 on somebody who was supposed to be pretty decent. I don't even know who the other team was, but they put up 52.
I'm a fan of seeing history happen in my lifetime. So, like for me, for all the naysaying and whatnot, I had my misgivings about maybe Nick Saban and Alabama and how the SEC seems to get embellished as the conference to beat. I was a fan of being able to see the sustained success and dominance in college football. Now we got a new era, if you will.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of. I want to see them win 3 straight, man.
Yeah, I do too. But I'm telling you now, Georgia is taking over for Alabama. Alabama ain't what Alabama was. Not no more. Nick Saban should retire too. But anyway, again, let's get to some Hoop Central so we can get on out of here for the day. The subject of today's Hoop Central is blockbuster moves. Okay. Obviously, we see already that Dame Time went to the Milwaukee Bucks. And let me say this right quick. And then True Holiday went over to the Celtics. That is the East Conference Finals right there, barring anything catastrophic. I'm telling you right now, nobody in the East has a chance. Nobody. Both of these moves put both respective teams and their players on those teams in their rightful spots. Case of the Celtics, they needed a point guard. And they got a significant upgrade over Marcus Smart. No disrespect. He's a hella defensive player. But he ain't nowhere near the offensive player that True is. Can you imagine the Celtics now on the perimeter defensively? But they did give up a lot on the interior. They got rid of Robert Williams and a few other, you know what I mean? To me, Porzingis is the X factor for them on the interior. On the perimeter, they got it locked down. But the Bucks, Dame, picture the scenario. You in a closeout game, whether it's first round, second round, conference finals, or finals. It's 3 ticks left on the clock. It's win or go home. Who you want in that situation?
That is as close. We haven't seen this formidable type of interior of exterior presence really capable of clutch closeout games. We haven't seen it since Kobe and Shaq. I don't know if a 1-2 punch. Yeah, we have it. We have not seen it. You know what I mean? That's however you call the play. If it happens to end up on the inside, how you gonna stop Giannis? And Giannis is developing. Yeah, and if it happens to end up in this, and if Dame got to keep it, I mean, really, like that's
who you guarding?
That's a who you guarding? Who you leaving? Who you leaving it to chance?
Because don't forget now, Middleton is still over there, and they added Cameron Payne, and they still got Brook Lopez, and they got Bobby Portis and Connaughton. I mean, my goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
But let me ask you this.
Right.
Let me say this right quick too. There was a quote. I don't know how true it is, but it was supposedly. I read a quote. Okay, from Dame. It said it was an opportunity for him to go to the Lakers. Is there any truth to that?
Don't read that quote. Don't read that quote. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Okay.
That's not.
Good.
No.
Okay.
Don't even. Nope.
Okay.
Because we're not even gonna
Okay.
regurgitate
Okay.
gossip. And that ain't, no, he ain't say that.
Okay. But speaking of Dame, did the Blazers come out on top in the long run? Let me read to you. Let me tell you who on their roster. Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simmons, Skylar Mays, Chris Murray, John Butler Jr., Ray and Rupert, Antoine Davis, Kevin Knox, Shaden Sharp, Justin Mignogna, Malachi Smith, Duop Reith, Matisse Thybulle, Moses Brown, Jeremy Grant, Toomey Kamara, DeAndre Ayton, Jabari Walker, Robert Williams, Ibu Badji, and Malcolm Brogdon. What we saying about the Blazers?
Well, no, that is what they couldn't have done that with Dame there. So I don't know if they came out on top of the long run, but they rebuild. They got they've got all the talent that they need to figure it out, and their ability to become a contender very soon is going to show up, because now it's pretty much they're on the clock. What they wanted in the rebuild, they got all that talent right there. They need to figure it out. And their ability to figure it out to become a contender is going to make it make sense on whether Dame should have left or not.
Okay, so right now, just give me your thoughts. Who in the West would potentially, or at least on paper, excuse me, do you think could derail the Nuggets?
The Nuggets.
Golden State.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, the Nuggets or the Warriors are coming out of the West.
They're not.
So where did the Nuggets get better? That's what we have to ask ourselves, right? Because
they don't need
you're,
to get
you're
better.
going off of last year's roster, and they lost pieces. As any
what pieces did they lose? They didn't lose the main pieces.
No.
Yeah, no. It's the others.
It's the others. You got to look at what got them over the hump, right? We talked about this with Milwaukee, even leading into that trade. And what was the crutch for Denver in years past? And what I personally drew was the conclusion that this resembles a Denver team that may have gained the experience, however, may not have all of the assets that
don't minimize that though.
I'm not. No, and that's the challenge.
Experience
right?
is crucial.
It
in
is.
The playoffs.
It is, and so that's where I struggle between the two, because again, on paper, this is a team that is naturally going to compete, has the daunting task of motivation post a win, and that's where it negates itself.
That's a factor,
the experience too. Versus the that championship hangover, as they call it. Can you stay motivated? And that's why I would have personally liked to have moved a couple more. Still keep Joker, but
I like committed versus motivated. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. You could say, man, tomorrow I'm going to get up, I'm going to cut the grass, I'm going to do something, and then tomorrow I'm going to be like, I don't feel like doing it. That's motivation. It comes and goes. Commitment is a whole different ball game. So if they are committed, then I don't see no reason why they're not back in it. I'm not saying they're going to win it. Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm a poet and don't know it. Let me write that down. BSJ, baby.
That was what,
yeah.
Hip hop, stop to the bang bang boogie. Come on.
Okay, so then what you gonna say next? It's like a jungle sometimes. It make me wonder how I keep going. Yes, cut me in or cut it out. Anyway, at the end of the day, who did the Nuggets lose that, in other words, oh, well, okay, yeah, that's a big loss. Wow, whoopee-doo. They are big in all of the spots. That's why, for one, Adebayo struggled against Joker. Because Bam is not a bad player. Bam can ball, but Joker's just too big for him. Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Porter Jr., I don't mean just big I'm not talking about in terms of their height. I'm talking about these dudes are big. So they didn't lose none of that. They didn't lose none of that. Oh, wow. We got another lake coming to the stage.
Whoa.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Doc. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. Doc, what's the deal,
What's
man?
up,
What's
dog?
happening? Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
all good. Yeah. You know, with all the moves being made, because we got to keep things rolling. But excuse me, all the moves in the NBA is made. We just got done discussing Dame, you know, and True, you know, in the East and whatnot. But we was talking about the West right quick. So why now that you're here, I'm just asking you, who in the West do you think could we was talking about the Blazers, and quietly the moves that they made, you know, might. Well, I'm just saying after the Dame move, you know, the moves that they made, man, might put them on the radar. I'm not saying they're gonna win nothing, but you know, that's a pretty decent roster, man, on paper anyway. But who in the Lakers? I mean, who in the Lakers? Who in the West do you think could derail the Nuggets, if anybody?
I mean, I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan, so of course I'm gonna put my Lakers in there. Of course, I got
yeah, but here's the deal. Okay, but
I
as
got
a
my
Lakers
Lakers,
fan,
dog.
let me. Okay, but as a Lakers fan, let me ask you this question then. When the Lakers, once the season, because it's preseason now, it already started.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
but once the season starts, I want you to send us a clip, video or picture of you when you're watching Anthony Davis after he done hit the floor.
My heart shatters every time he hits the floor.
I'm trying to tell you,
the next 3
No
games.
organization, period, ever feels that way every time they star player hit the floor.
Except for the Lakers.
Memory. Except for the I have not in recent memory. You get concerned when he hit the floor. Listen, for all the years LeBron James carried franchises. And the time when he hit the floor and foul, whether he be faking or flopping or whatever else, you still don't have the franchise threatening gasp in your heart as you do every time Anthony Davis go to try. Like, when the last time he took a charge?
He take a charge. He out for a month.
So I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't seen that in recent memory. I haven't seen that when you talk about your star player. Like Chris Paul has injury prone as he's been in recent years. He still don't get the same type of like concern, bro. I'm telling you, man, they cut the lights. They start playing the little piano, whatever.
Who ain't as fragile?
Chris Paul ain't as fragile as
man.
AD
Chris Paul is he's not as fragile. He's playoff fragile.
The draft picks for Portland are on the screen right now.
Oh yeah. Hey, but before we get to that, before we
still
read
ain't
that,
finna do nothing.
Before we read the Blazers, what the moves after the holiday trade, Golden State is not If they talking about Klay Thompson is playing, I'm telling you right now.
I mean, they might. I don't know, man.
They not might.
State. You can't sleep on them,
bruh.
You can't sleep on them,
bruh. Number one, yeah, you can. You better go to sleep. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, you need to take a nap because I'm trying to tell you right now. Steph is older, okay? All right, and he don't spend $172 million on PEDs like anyway. Then two, other than Draymond Green, who they got on their front line that can deal with the Lakers potentially or the Nuggets? And they talking about Klay playing the four.
They got the same roster they had.
No, they don't. Jordan Poole ain't there. Jordan Poole's gone.
That's cool. We don't need Jordan Poole. We got Klay. We got Klay and Chris. We got Klay and Chris.
Wait a minute. How did it become we all of a sudden? I thought you just said you was a Laker fan like 30 seconds ago.
I am a Laker fan, but I'm always putting in faith for Golden State.
When did the Lakers move to Oakland, bro? Like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
You act like I can't like both teams.
Doc is pulling a brother Rich right now.
If my Lakers don't make it, I gotta have a backup. Like, come on now.
Okay.
Hey,
all right,
wait a minute. Rank your fandom. Where do the
backup.
Pistons fall on this list of yours? Are they just
Double J
in the league?
Double J, you can't even ask.
That's the West Side. That's the West side.
Double J, you don't even have no. You don't have
no
no
West right now.
You don't have no right asking that question. You don't even like Rasheed Wallace. So
That's
we
not
talking about
true.
Right.
That's not
it is.
true.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. When I said Rasheed Wallace had footwork, you and Brother Rich got in the Discord and laughed me off the daggone screen. Stop it.
No, I was merely
No.
pointing out this
That
started
you don't
with
like
the Rick
Rasheed
Hamilton
Wallace.
stuff, who I've met. However, that's neither here nor there at the moment. I'm
Of
trying to
course
find
not.
out where the
See how he
Pistons
get out from
stack
up under
the
that?
dock. Are they
Oh, the
below
Pistons-
the dock or under the dock?
Oh, wow.
Well, if we talking
wow.
East outside of Milwaukee, the Pistons are my pick in the playoffs as well. So I mean, we talking about West right now. So you my West side picks.
Okay.
So East side, I got Pistons in Milwaukee.
So let me
I
paint
can't
this.
said
knock out my
playoffs.
boys in.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
okay,
like
I'm
we
ready.
making it to the playoffs. Like that's all I want to see is us do good in the playoffs. I don't care if we win it or not. I just want us to be back to that 2014, which we'll probably never ever get again. But let's get close to it or something. Let's come.
No, wait a minute.
Doc,
playoffs
if Klay
mean-
Thompson is playing the 4, who is Golden State going to beat if he's playing the 4? If
Yeah,
Klay
that's a
Thompson got to
small
play the 4,
lineup.
that's
a small lineup.
listen, that's not going to work, bruh. And I'm not no Lakers fan
who's
by
their
no
starting
means.
5? I almost feel like getting that up there. Jeez.
Oh, bro,
Okay, well,
it's Kuminga, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. Draymond playing
Steph
center,
Curry.
huh?
Yep, that's exactly what Draymond does. They playing small ball over there in Golden State.
Oh my god.
Okay, and that's going and Draymond going up against Joker potentially going to do what's that? How that's going to fare?
Joker about to flame him up like he done flamed everybody else. But
And then let's say they go up against the Lakers and AD if he's can remain upright.
oh, my Lakers gonna beat him. I ain't worried about that. My Lakers.
okay.
Your Lakers gonna beat your Warriors is what we're saying. What are we doing here,
Yeah.
bro?
He said my Lakers gonna beat my Warriors.
One of them two gonna make it. One of them two gonna make it. So if
Absolutely
the
not.
Warriors
Your
don't make
captain
it,
now
the
is
Lakers
named
are.
Harvey Dent. All right.
If the Lakers
Harvey
don't make
Dent.
it, the Warriors are.
Hey, you know what?
Gotta have
Speaking
two teams, dog. Gotta have two
Hey,
teams,
speaking
dog.
of Harvey, have you all watched the TV show? Well, it's streaming now. Obviously, it came out in 2011. Suits.
Oh,
No, I heard it was good though.
Yeah.
I heard it was good.
My gosh, bruh! If you ain't watched Suits, you gotta, bruh. I'm trying to
I
tell
heard it
you,
was good.
it's better than good, bruh. I'm talking about nonstop. Listen, you're not gonna leave. You're not. Some of you
I'm
all
trying to
got that
find
kind
a
of.
starting lineup for y'all.
Yeah, please do.
Well, if he's right with the,
I know I'm right.
I
What
almost
do you
said
mean?
Camavinga, but that's just a soccer player. At the 5, Draymond the 4, Clay the 3.
No.
Here we
They
go.
said Clay's gonna be playing the 4. There are gonna be times where Clay's
Draymond
gonna be
is
playing.
not he is a 5, but
Yeah, Draymond is a center. He's just a small center.
But he ain't Ben Wallace.
No,
Man, ain't nobody scared
All
of
right.
Draymond at this stage in his career like folks were scared. Ben Wallace was a Draymond ain't fear. Ain't nobody scared of
Whoa.
Draymond.
No, but look how they use him.
So
right?
what I'm
This is
seeing
all
on
about schematics.
ESPN, is Chris Paul is starting at point guard. Steph Curry is going to shooting guard. Klay Thompson is going to small forward. Andrew Wiggins is playing power forward. And then you got Draymond at center and Kuminga's coming off the bench. Kevon Looney's
That's not
coming
what
off
Steve
the
Kerr
bench.
mentioned. No,
Moses
Steve Kerr
Moody's
mentioned
coming off the bench.
specifically. I'll pass it. Steve Kerr mentioned specifically that that Kurt would have Clay playing
The 4.
playing small playing the 4.
Well, you can really
Oh, well,
say,
who's
look,
going to be the
hang
small
on,
forward
let's
then if they're
take
pushing
again.
Klay Thompson to the 4? Who's
Wiggins.
No. Exactly. You could
Who's
do
pushing
that.
the 3? Well, who's going to push the 3 if you move Klay to the 4?
Wiggins.
Right. You're talking about if he's got. Hang on.
But
We all
isn't
agree
Wiggins
that
bigger
Steph-
than Klay?
Yes.
So what? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So in other
That
words,
makes no sense to put Klay at
Steve
the
Kerr is
4.
Mario Cristobal.
But
That's what Steve Kerr
hang
is
on,
right now.
Andrew Wiggins has a faster first step than Clay does at this stage.
Oh,
of his
here we
career.
go with the first step. Oh my gosh.
Look,
I
this
mean-
is if you really take a deeper look at this. I brought up schematics on purpose, but it works in spurts, right? This is not, you can't play that lineup, all 82 games, and certainly not the entire duration of a game either. but I like what.
And then don't forget the playoff.
Well, but you look at the options, right? When you bring those two off the bench, when you bring Looney in Kuminga off the bench, you go more traditional. You have that in your pocket to use as the matchups require. But not every team can match up with the lineup, that the theoretical lineup we just mentioned that you guys had said Steve Kerr had said. This sounds very much like the who was it? Loyola Marymount, Laker coach.
You talking about with Hank Gathers and Bo Kimball?
Yes.
Okay.
This sounds very much like that, where it is going to take. It's all about speed and volume of shots, which complies and really speaks to today's game more than any of the others ever did. And if you look at the players around them, right, you have someone creative enough on the ball like Chris Paul, still a defensive, certainly not a liability.
But when you're talking about speed, Chris Paul don't speed the game up?
But the players
He
around
slows
him
the game down.
He's also on a floor general, man. The way he moves the ball around, that's going to open up some shots for Golden State. That's a team full of shooters.
Referring to, it's all about the spots. Get to the spots, and then
but they playing
Jack
real
McKinney.
small ball.
No, not
so
Jack.
If the first shot don't go, who gonna get the rebound if you ain't got no 7-footers out there?
Or you ain't got Russell Westbrook. Listen,
him too.
But he's got some of the best shooters of all time. So we've seen this work before, right?
Yeah, but what about on the defensive end?
If defense is your best,
Jamal Murray is going to torch whoever in front of him, bruh.
Maybe.
You cannot tell me that what Golden State does will work if whoever they playing, they can't really score.
If they're going to
Steph
run
Curry
you
and
out
play
of the
them, listen, if Steph Curry and them is guarding guys like Jamal Murray and all that, he can torch you for 50. He gonna wear you out, bruh. That small ball is not gonna work this year. Not against the Lakers or the Nuggets.
I think it comes down to that philosophical style that I was referring to, that we've seen.
Yeah, well, we saw what happened. No disrespect, because Hank Gathers was my boy, may he rest. But we saw what happened to Loyola. They got bounced too.
No, but that was without him. That was without him. Okay. We never know. I believe that team may have very well won the championship.
Well, I say the same thing for Cleveland State in 1986, but we all know David Robinson in them tight shorts. Anyway, I'm not going to even, I'm not, don't even get me started. Anyway, let's go over the Blazers moves that they made. Yeah, tighty whities. And should have had on the white.
Paul Westhead is the name that I'm looking for. There it is. Paul Westhead.
Oh, for the Phoenix Suns?
No. Well, Phoenix Mercury. Because he's the only coach to win a WNBA title and an NBA title. He should have also had an NCAA title, but he does have the NCAA scoring title for points per game. That's with that Loyola Marymount team. I am telling you right now, right? We consider Steve Kerr to be a savant, right? He's been a part of Phil Jackson's. Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Team USA.
No, you gotta give Steve Kerr.
No, I don't.
And
no,
so
Steve Kerr is not a good coach.
Hey, look, Doc.
Steve Kerr is not a good coach.
What?
Whoa!
Steve Kerr is not a good coach.
Oh,
they wouldn't have won the championships they won if he wasn't a good coach.
Man, Steve Kerr is not a good coach.
So you telling me you get a team to any other coach and they do fine?
I'm telling you, give it back to Mark Jackson.
Give it back to Mark Jackson. What did he do?
What you mean? He was building it. He wasn't done building it. Mark Jackson built that squad. Steve Kerr, listen, just like Phil Jackson.
He sound
Phil
like
Jackson
the rest of the Steve Kerr haters out here. He was gifted that team, but if you
Phil
ain't no
Jackson
good
was
coach,
not a good coach either.
What? Go to bed.
Wait a minute. Didn't you just argue with me about this on the
Phil Jackson was a great. Phil Jackson was great at.
It's time to go to bed.
Phil Jackson was great at coaching egos. Phil Jackson was great at coaching egos. He was not great at X's and O's. That was Tex Winter. Stop not giving Tex Winter his flowers. And I don't know why we use that expression when the person is still here. Unbelievable. Stop. Tex Winter was the orchestrator of that. The same Tex Winter who was head of the NCAA committee. That's Tex Winter all day, who was head at Weber State back in the day when Wilt Chamberlain used to jump from the free throw line because he couldn't shoot free throws, Wilt Chamberlain. He used to jump from the free throw line and dunk. And then Tex Winter, the head coach of Weber State at the time, go look it up. And who was also on the committee, he said, we have to outlaw what Will Chamberlain is doing. He's too doggone tall. We're not going to have that. And thus, you had to shoot the free throws either overhand or underhand. Hello? Don't test me on here. Okay? I might have lost my hair.
So wait a minute.
They're great coaches. They hear all of that, but
Steve Kerr's the beneficiary of. That's what he's great at being, the beneficiary of. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Look, if he would have won a title, like, are we going to say Luke Walton was a great coach now?
No.
Okay, then. It's not the same. He was a part of that staff. He built
but
some
that
of those
don't mean
pieces.
he the one who.
You still have to execute. So are you suggesting that anyone else would have won more championships?
No, I'm suggesting that Chuck Daly, my boy, may he rest, would have not lost in FIBA. Yeah, cue the Jeopardy music. Yes, man, stop, man. Don't listen, man. Come on, man. Y'all think I just say stuff to be saying stuff, man? I know how to get a reaction, but I don't have to. I keep it real. Okay.
Well, you see, it has led to quite a uproar and uprising of
so much so that Embiid said he's not playing for Cameroon or France. He's going to play for USA. Gully, where you at today?
LeBron has something to do with that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You know what I say? It just reaffirms the position. Listen. That's fine. It just reaffirms what I've been saying, my argument, and we don't need to go back into that again.
Okay, but I don't care what your argument is, because I'm not going to be argumentative with you because the Miami Hurricanes lost. We're not doing this today. Okay, I'm done being a Canes fan. I am.
They ain't the you
Doc, don't. Hey, that's my boy right there, Isaiah. I'm still bitter, Thomas. Anyway, let's go over the Blazers. What the Blazers moves, the moves the Blazers have made. Say that fast 2 times. Double J, you want to read these off? You know my glasses don't work.
Do. So right away, going into the next season's draft, the first round pick that they will own is Golden State's, but it is a top 4 protected pick. So
that's the pick Golden State should use in order to go up against the Lakers and the Nuggets this year, because Steve Kerr is terrible.
What does that mean when the pick is protected? What does that mean when the pick is protected?
So if for some reason things went by the wayside with this lineup,
they still get that top. They still get that 4th pick,
and the lottery takes place, and somehow Golden State ends up in the top 4. At which point that pick goes back to the Warriors.
Do the Warriors get is there any type of compensation for that? Since the Warriors get to get that pick, do the Blazers get a future pick in another draft, or do they just kind of like, is it like a risk and they may not be able to get it at all?
No, it would come at a later date, a different year, if that were to take place. So
they better hope they don't get that top 4 pick then.
Correct. And
better hope who don't get it.
Many of us are probably assuming
Golden State.
That Golden State.
Well, trust and believe. After this year, trust and believe the Blazers will get that pick.
Well, and
small ball ain't getting it. Not this year. No.
But it'll be enough to make the playoffs.
Okay.
So
all right.
Again, we're probably talking about.
But Golden State is dangerous in the playoffs. That's one of those teams you always
not this year
of making the playoffs.
So again, this is where it's very interesting because you can see the philosophy of the general manager and Chauncey Billups going being parallel here. A lot of the players on the current roster that our host read off a little earlier are very young. They had Shaedon Sharpe, they have Chris Murray.
Didn't they just get Ayton too?
They have Ayton, who is still in his.
That's
mid-20s.
what I said. Yeah,
he's still
just read off their roster.
What you're looking for with these 3 particular picks, right, is most likely either a trade scenario occurs, or if they feel like, hey, we can contend that this, within the short term, or you're looking to add some longer term pieces. And this is where Chauncey's background with the Pistons knows firsthand exactly what that looks like. Because of the general managers he was around, with being Joe Dumars, and I want to say even some of the others that preceded him. So there were guys like Amir Johnson, I think, just retired, and he was drafted the same year as Darko, or maybe the year following. But he was drafted
Hey,
at like
matter of fact,
17 years old.
who was the GM that was that? Joe Dumars? Did he pick Darko?
Yes, he did.
For what?
And that's
I
the
don't
reason-
know why.
And that's the reason why
I
Joe
will never
Dumars is no
understand
longer
that.
the GM. Because I don't know how
Anybody
you don't
else?
take.
He destroyed the Pistons.
Yeah,
There was a trade that also was supposed to send Kobe Bryant to the Pistons, at which point he definitely would have picked someone else. He would have needed to at that point, based on who they were giving up. It was going to be Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince. So you really would have seen Kobe with potentially Carmelo Anthony or Chris Bosh at that point.
Yeah, Lakers could have had a squad back in the day, but they didn't know what to do with their picks. So,
hey
that
man,
never happened.
Joe should have took Melo.
He should.
After
As
that
much as
tournament
I
run,
say,
after that tournament run, there's no way I'm not drafting him. No way. Because Darko did what overseas?
nothing. Well,
Exactly.
he was dominating the Serbian league, but at the time, it's
That's
not
because
the
I was
same
playing in the Serbian league.
He
at that
dominated.
time.
He dominated what league? What was that league he dominated?
The Serbian
Serbian.
league.
The Serbian league.
The one
I
that
was
Joker-
over there. I was over there. That still don't make him a world champion. You see where's Darko at now? Yeah.
Oh, well,
Right,
wait
you
a
don't-
minute. The Joker just came from that same league.
That's
and
the
now
Joker, though. That's one case.
Yeah, the Joker is the Joker
It's
was
the Joker.
is
That's one
exceptional.
case.
Yeah.
But
I
if we
mean,
want to look
And
at
what league is he in now?
But why I'm no, Gully. Why I'm pointing this out to you, because the case you're attempting to make is that look at the amount of growth the global game has made versus ours
Nah,
in the same duration.
yeah, I know, right? And
You
then
go
what
from
ends
a
up happening?
top 3 pick being a bum to a
Yeah.
top 3 pick being not even a top 3 pick. Wasn't he late first round?
Who?
The Joker.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
being
becoming the best in the league, becoming like the
Yeah,
best player in the
that's
league,
the
right?
best.
What
the
does
man.
that tell you? It has nothing to do with the NBA itself. Or if you want to, you could say
And
either
it
they
has
got
everything to
worse
do with the
or they
NBA.
got better. Which is
Is everything to do with the NBA. The contention is the NBA got the best talent.
Yeah.
But
And
you
when
say
the
that
talent was
that's a broad
trash,
statement.
and when the talent,
That's a
and
broad
no, it's
statement.
not. It's not a broad statement. It's a very,
It
it's
is.
a very
They got
concise
the best
statement.
talent. So
No.
what does that mean? The best talent means what? That you always win? The
The
best
best
talent equals what?
yeah.
No. But
Tell me when
Because
the best
Kentucky-
talent don't win.
Kentucky, there was a year in Kentucky when they had Willie Cauley-Stein had the best talent and lost to
Well,
Villanova. The
let
best
you
talent
tell-
Wait,
guarantees what?
wait. So when we say the best talent always win. No, all right. The best talent doesn't always win.
It
But
sure
I have
doesn't.
not. All right. So it is. But when we have the phrase 9 times out of 10, I can't think of more than one instance. I can't think of a instance aside from the 2004 Pistons where the less talented team dominated a more talented team.
Well, I can't either.
Well,
That's
that's
because
all
my
I'm
memory is
talking
bad.
Exactly. Well, nah, your memory ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
It do what you
it
mean,
happened
'cause I'm
once,
telling-
so it can happen.
No.
It's not rare.
now wait a minute. Wouldn't we
No,
say
it is
looking
rare.
at
It happened
the 80s
once.
here,
That's the man.
It's
It's rare.
ability-
It happened once. Yeah.
What is
Its ability to happen. Yes, I'm not debating that. Its likelihood is what we're talking about here. And the best talent, like I said, in the case of making this argument again, at a time that Darko Milicic was the best player in the Serbian league, he was so undervalued.
No,
if you
whoa,
will.
who
He
said
was
he
so-
was the best player in the Serbian league? I don't know
Is
what
that
happened
not
to
what
Doc.
Double J? Is that not what Double J said?
No.
Is suggesting that Darko wasn't the best player in that league, and
Well,
then he was
no.
drafted.
I would have to go look for sure, but it was based on his age that he was 17, I believe, or 8. He had just
Right, he was
Yeah.
probably okay. Yeah,
He wasn't the best player in that Serbian league.
at the time that he was drafted.
No, he
Pistons.
wasn't. The Pistons
Oh,
were
okay.
looking. The Pistons were looking for what the Spurs and them be looking for, and what
Oh,
most
but they didn't know
NBA
how to
teams
do
are
it.
looking for. They're looking for a
Right.
Ginobili or
Yeah,
Oscar
yeah.
Schmidt or a
Yep.
Detlef Schrempf or a
Yep.
Rick Smith. They're looking for like a 1 in a
Yeah,
million type of deal.
That's actually a very great point by our host was look at the culmination of talent that San Antonio specifically was accruing during that time. They had found Tony Parker out of nowhere
From France.
They had found Manu Ginobili. Again, before he went and did what he did to Team USA, they had already found him. He was already on the roster.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And he went to play in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
But I tell you what,
y'all not making my. You're not. It's not distracting from the point I've been making for weeks now. I'm saying the best talent in the world play in the league. So the league call themselves world champions because of that.
Now you're trying to be slick. Because my thing was
No,
never about the
trying
best
to be
talent.
slick. I've been exactly
saying the
what
best talent.
I've never
No,
I've
absolutely
never
not.
said,
No.
I've never stated that the best talent.
No,
I've never stated
saying
one time
the best talent,
that the Americans have the best basketball.
No,
Never once said
absolutely
that.
not.
I've never asserted that.
Yes, you did.
Never asserted that. No, I didn't.
The best
Said that the best talent in the world play in the NBA.
Okay, the best talent, but that don't mean the best players all. Listen.
Best players in the world don't have to be American. They play in the National Basketball Association, is what I said. It's what I've been saying.
My question is, and has always been, you're not a world champion if you play in the NBA. That ain't got nothing to do with best talent because you're not. Because
if you know that,
like
all right, so if you know, so wait. So if you know already that if and when the NBA sends its best talent to compete on the world stage, they will dominate, which is
but
been
I asked
the case.
But listen, the moniker world champions have been being used before other players from across the world were even coming
and
here.
What did I tell you? And then what did I tell you with that? I
you
can see
put
that.
An asterisk by it. You can't put an asterisk by it. You have to go. No, you can't. That's like you sound like TJ talking about some.
No, I don't
have to.
No, I don't sound like TJ at all. No,
1989.
You're exactly
so let me
right,
ask you this then.
Because the competition wasn't global.
Absolutely not.
This is what I try to tell you. It is in direct correlation to what you're alluding to. They can't call themselves world champs when they didn't invite the world to play in the league. Is what I said, and that's why I said it need to have an asterisk. When the game was opened up internationally and globally,
period.
It does.
Absolutely not.
It still needs to be proven, and that's the problem with all of this.
It needs to be proven.
It has been. It's been proven.
No,
but
it's been proven time and time again. It's been proven ever since 1990. First of all, it's been proven for the last 30 years.
Okay, has Team USA lost on the world stage in recent memory? And I ain't talking about just this FIBA. I'm talking about before FIBA.
Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
How many times?
Yeah, have Team USA lost? Yes.
Okay, so then that shouldn't be the case. If the best talent equals the best players in the world, which are not the same, then you should never lose a game.
Listen, no, you because you're doing it again. You're making it
what? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Because you associated Team USA with having American players, and me saying American players are the best players in the league. And I said the NBA has the best talent in the world because anytime Team USA loses, they lose to a team of any country led by an NBA player. That's what I'm telling you.
So if the team not say that then?
If the National Basketball Association plays within the confines of America, they are not world champions.
Why?
Because I gave you a scenario. What happens when the team that wins has no foreign players on it?
The team that wins have no foreign players on, they're still world champions. Because along the way, they've played against teams that have international players. And every time Team USA loses a title or loses a championship or loses in a tournament, they lose to a team that features an NBA player. And if they don't lose to a team that features an NBA player, I guarantee you the team that wins whatever said tournament it is led by an NBA player. Dennis Schroeder is an NBA player. he led Team Germany past the vaunted Serbian team that includes the NBA Finals MVP, another NBA player
He did
who
not
is international.
participate. He did not participate.
Oh, he didn't even participate. Okay, cool. So Dennis Schroeder, an NBA player, led a Germany team to an international championship. The dude is listen. He may take. All right, so
Help me to
here's the
understand
key.
something. Help me to understand something. So what's the difference between international and national? What's the definition for both?
National is confined to a single nation, whatever it be. The German national team, the Serbian national team, the United States national team. International implies different nations competing, right? So national is saying like, you know, German national team playing against other German teams, United States national team competing against other national teams, and then international would be like the German national team versus the United States national team. Basically saying, you know, the World Games, the international games, the Olympics or the FIBA World Games or what have you, right?
Okay, yes. So then let me ask you this. Let me ask this then. People ask, all right, what is the meaning of world champion? Someone who has won a competition open to people throughout the whole world.
And exactly the NBA is. Yes, it is. It is because the
How's
NBA
it open to the whole
MVP,
world? The Lakers beat the Celtics. The Lakers beating the Celtics is not open to the whole world. That's not a competition open to the whole world.
Yes, it is, because the teams that are playing in it are available. Yes, it is, because the teams that are playing in it are not restricted from draft. Listen, if the NBA restricted teams from only drafting players that are native citizens or U.S. citizens, then it's not open to the world. But at the very point that any team in the NBA can recruit, draft, develop talent that is born internationally, don't have to require them to have citizenship or deny state citizenship from other countries, then it's open to international play. The NBA Finals MVP is a Serbian-born player. He's the best player in the world. Is he not considered one of the best players in the world, first of all?
Yeah.
All right, so and then
but what the definition I just read, how is that applicable?
How is that applicable? Because the teams that are playing in the National Basketball Association can have and do include players born nationally or internationally. Teams across the league are capable or available to draft, recruit, and develop the best talent from across the entire world. Darko can play in this league.
So let me ask this then. Which is more applicable to, or by definition, more definitive, if I'm saying that, excuse me for being double negative here, World Cup or NBA World Champion?
They're equally applicable.
The NBA is not, they just call themselves that because because America.
I'm telling you, look,
no,
I'm telling
NBA
you, listen,
champion
I'm making
is not
this
a
argument.
world champion. It's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Not.
Yes,
Doc,
it
is
is.
an NBA
Yes,
champion a
because,
world
all right,
champion?
All right, let me ask you a question. So
I'm kind of in between
So
about this. Honestly,
wait a minute.
I say
Germany,
I'm in between. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I feel like in the aspect of world champions, we are, because we took the best talent from around the world to come play here.
Thank you, Doc. That's
and
what
we
I'm
form
getting
these teams, and then these teams go against each other. And then when I beat you, you had guys from other walks of life in this, on your squad. So yeah, in that aspect, I see it, but I don't see it because, like, who are y'all playing outside of just these American teams built of all these overseas players? Like, if we beat like a Germany or if we beat Switzerland or something like that, okay, we're not world champions. But since we're not playing other countries, we kind of can't be world champions, if you get what I'm saying.
Thank you.
All right, so wait.
I'm gonna put together a petition.
Germany won. Wait a minute.
I'm going to put together a petition. I want everybody to sign this petition. We're going to petition the rest of the world, okay, When whoever wins the Euro League championship, we're going to petition that they should also be called NBA champions. Whoever wins the Ryan Fire
How though?
Euro. Well, no, wait a minute. No. You can't
This
have
is
it
where
one
his
way and not
argument
the
don't
other
make
way.
sense. Why?
What you mean? What
Do
you
we have
mean?
NBA players going to
You
play
know-
for them?
You know that
Yes.
they're not playing from the best. Excuse me.
Yes.
Say it again.
Listen, in NFL Europa, okay, when the Ryan Fire wins that world title, they should be called Super Bowl champions.
Are there any active NFL players on that team?
No.
Yes.
No, they're not. They're not active. And no, they're not. That's the whole point. They're not.
Oh my.
I'm telling you, active NBA players have always beat active NBA players for the last 30 years, ever since the Dream Team when it dominated the Olympics. Anytime Team USA has competed internationally, whether they win or lose, they would compete against active NBA players. And if they won, they beat active NBA players. And if they lost to active NBA players. So when Manu Ginobili led the Argentina national team to Olympic gold in 2004, an active NBA player. Matter of fact, already a NBA champion. Matter of fact, he won. He led with other active NBA player, Luis Scola, I believe, was on that team. Against other active NBA players.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Represents that the best players in the world play in the NBA.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Players in Ryan, whatever the Ryan Fire, whatever football league you're talking about, they're not the best players in the world. We know that.
Hey, you said that like you was a little disgruntled, but okay, I'll tell you what. We're gonna keep the show rolling. We're gonna pick this back up next week because we got a special guest coming on. All right, and I'll give you all. Yeah, no, you're not ready for this guy. Trust and believe, you're not ready for this guy. Okay, I wasn't even ready for this guy. Okay, and y'all know BSJ how I get down, right? You understand me? What I'm saying is, I'm just gonna give y'all a little hint. Okay, who's coming on next week? This guy played for Villanova, the Villanova Wildcats, with Ed Pinckney, and against Georgetown on that team that beat Patrick Ewing and them back in the day. Okay, was drafted by the 76ers. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, guy, right now, and we've been talking hoops ever since I ran into him. Trust and believe. He getting ready because I asked him the same question already, and he getting ready to slice and dice. You think that government cheese was something you used to get stuck in your throat on the daggone grilled cheese sandwich? Wait till this go down, right? Yeah, But anyway, yeah, we're gonna pick this back up next week, guarantee. I'm killing all the noise. Okay, y'all know BSJ don't do nothing and say nothing without being preparation. Don't play with me. Anyway, the last part of our Hoop Central is the NBA's rule. It's a new rule here that then came up, I guess. The rip-through move. Y'all hip to the rip-through move. Kevin Durant made it a staple. And then they made an adjustment or made some type of change, maybe a couple years ago, because Durant was doing it, and Harden too and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA rules rip-through move. They said, no, I'm sorry, excuse me. Here's what they're saying about the rip-through move. A rip-through move that is not, here's the change, apparently. A rip-through move that is not a genuine shot attempt will be deemed a no call. And of course, again, it was Durant's signature move, by the way. So the rip-through move, now, you ain't getting no call on that, baby. And in addition to that, you don't get to call yourself a world champion. I'm just saying, let's keep things rolling. The show must go on. Our next item on the menu, so we can get y'all out of here and let y'all watch some football because we a whole lot long in the tooth. The Gridiron, obviously. And I just got a few little tidbits here I want to throw out here at y'all. The Chiefs, are the Chiefs no longer world champions? I'm sorry, are the Chiefs no longer invincible?
They playing horrible right now, but I still think it's going to take a lot for teams to beat the Kansas City Chiefs because I still believe the road to the Super Bowl goes through Arrowhead. So,
not this year, baby.
Who? Don't say the Dolphins.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Get out of here.
The Ravens.
Like, I love the Ravens too, but get out of here.
Doc, how many teams do you have? Can we see a list?
Just the
My
Lions.
gosh,
Just
man.
the Lions. Just
You
because I
worse-
love Baltimore.
No,
don't
you
mean
worse
nothing.
than
It's just
you
the
worse than
Lions.
Gully over here.
It's just the Lions. Like I want my Lions
Man,
to do
stop
well,
it.
but I'm just letting you know, Baltimore.
They
ain't
his Lions. Watch,
Yeah,
they his Lions.
They're your
Let's watch.
Lions and your Ravens, huh?
Right.
Nah,
So
As
you
soon as
got
we go to the
like-
AFC South,
This is the
as soon as we go
first
to the
year.
AFC South,
It's the
my
first year I haven't had
Titans.
to have a backup team.
That's the
first year I
far
haven't had a
east.
backup team.
We're talking about the far east now.
Yeah.
Back up.
Oh, so now you with the Shanghai Sharks too. Okay, imagine that, by the way. Shanghai
They're not
Sharks,
doing
that
it.
is.
They got to get through Kansas City.
Okay. I don't know about that, bro. AFC North is still a tough division, minus the Browns. And speaking of the Browns, should the Browns fire Stefanski? And if they do, who takes the reins?
I don't know.
Man, I'm surprised Gully is quiet. They've been his favorite team ever since he was 9.
Give him Jim
Chewing some
Caldwell.
peanut butter, man, trying to figure this out.
How do you chew
'Cause
peanut
I don't
butter?
know.
Crunchy
Look,
peanut butter.
Oh,
exactly.
boy.
Thank you very much.
Here we go.
Yes.
My trouble is whoever. I don't know who would succeed Stefanski and not blow up the offense.
Alex Van Pelt. Hello. Now I gave you an answer and you missed it. NBA world champion, my ass, Scott. Excuse me. Did I say that out loud? Oh my gosh. Edit.
But all right, you're right. Okay, that's the person they should hire. But what I'm saying is, what will happen? See,
If they don't hire him, he's gonna be out of here like Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, I don't know that Van Pelt would be the guy that would pick to succeed. Like I don't know in when you talk about like major football franchises, it usually
give him Jim Caldwell.
Ooh.
Give him Jim Caldwell. Like, come on,
hold
now.
on, Double J. Where you at? Over there?
Come on,
where you
now.
at? Double J, what's going on here? Why you do that?
My boy Jimmy.
You don't like Jim Caldwell? Jim Caldwell had a win. He won with the Lions, man. And he had this kind of talent.
Winning with the Lions. You feel me?
Yeah. Who, Double J, who you want? Joe Dumars? Unbelievable.
Yep. No, I'm not sold on firing him yet. I just think
firing who?
I'm firing Stefanski yet.
What do you think?
What?
How it's going to improve?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Where do you see that he can?
You have
that
Kareem
he
Hunt
can
back. I still think Deshaun Watson is going to do what our host believed he could do.
When though? His time is running out.
Whoa.
Oh, let's
if you
go.
If you give a guy who says he's the world's best chef, whether it's the NBA or Serbia, all of the top ingredients, and he still burns down the kitchen.
All the top ingredients. You're telling me that offensive line. Look, last season was last season, and that needed defensive changes. The defense is much improved, but you're talking about
the offense still ain't producing.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
you already lost your starting running back.
Okay, but let me say this. Let me say it this way. Jim Schwartz just got here. And you look at the Browns defense, looks like he's been here. Mm-hmm. Kevin Stefanski has been here. And you look at the Browns offense, it looked like he just got here. It's on the coach to know how to utilize the talent that he has out there. It makes no sense that you have more talent here in Cleveland this year than you've had any time as a coach, quarterbacks or otherwise, and you still look inept. Who calls a double reverse inside the red zone 5-yard line? Who takes Nick Chubb before he got his leg split in half? Thank you. Listen, give me Dan Campbell.
They need.
Well, I'll tell you this:
my boy Jim.
If they don't produce, you're going to have two of Campbell's coordinators to choose from.
We don't want coordinators. We don't want coordinators. We don't want coordinators. No, we don't want coordinators.
Give Jim or Chip a call.
Yeah. Doc, D Gully, y'all's pictures are gone here. Oh, okay, maybe there's a reason for that. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As long as we can still hear you, it's all good. Yeah. Kevin. Yeah, Stephanie Stefanski. I'm sorry. Kamisha, whatever. She should be fired. Are the Bills back in the pecking order?
Nope, because they're gonna do what they always do: get to the playoffs.
Bro,
and
they've
then
been winning. They've
somehow
been
come
beating
up
people
short.
by 30-some thousand points, bro.
What happened
That's
this
fine,
morning?
but they never produce in the playoffs. They're good. They're a great regular season team, but they don't produce in the playoffs.
So he's calling them regular season phenoms. Gully,
I mean,
you want
they
to respond
are.
to that? Want to respond to that, Gully? Seeing how they're your favorite teams.
Show me where I'm wrong. When they get to the playoffs, what happens? Tell me
Well,
I'm
I
wrong.
know this. If the Bills win it all this year, they're going to be labeled NFL, Super Bowl, NBA World Champions.
I give them that the NFL to the NBA. You know, I give it to them, but I don't think they're gonna do nothing.
They
They're
lost.
gonna make it.
That's Doc kicking right there. We got a comment rolling in right here. Let's see who's commenting. Let's see who we got on the comment side. Bear with me. Oh, my man D-Runk. Shout out to my man D-Runk. Where you been, man? I've been getting triple teamed over here, but it don't make me no never mind, because guess what? Kobe, the fadeaway. He said, I just saw the Bills lose to the Jags and it was sloppy. Whoa, the Bills.
They lost.
They lost to the Jags when?
This morning.
The London game.
Oh, it was a London
They played
game?
in London, yeah.
London bridges falling down. Y'all
my pick'em looked worse. My pick'em,
yeah.
That's why you got
Well,
a day job. And you about to work overtime.
Don't worry about that now. Listen, I got kicked out of Temptations, bro. Don't play with me. Okay, I just couldn't make
this. See you, Otis.
Don't do that. Don't you do that there. Ooh, you sound like Steve Kerr right now. Terrible.
Did you know about that line? That line was ad-libbed. So when they filmed that scene, that line wasn't originally in the scene, and it did not go over well with his co-stars when he did that. They did not appreciate it too much. But go figure, it actually is one of the most iconic lines of that whole movie.
I'm just trying to tell you.
I swear.
They should have been mad because didn't nobody come to see you, Otis. Don't be mad because he's telling the truth. And I'm saying truth, TROOF.
Temptations.
D-Ron, oh, wait a minute. He's okay. Yeah, I just saw the Bills lose to Jags and it was sloppy. Josh Allen got it and don't got it at the same time. Yeah, well, so much for that question.
That's what I'm telling
looking
you.
Out, D-Ron.
He got it in the regular season, but when the playoffs comes, he ain't got it. He ain't got the juice, barbershop. He ain't got the juice.
Hey, man, you killing my karma.
He ain't got the juice, man. He like a big hug juice when it comes to the playoffs. Like he good for what it is, but he ain't gonna get you nowhere.
So what you saying? He like a rocking chair though, for real?
That's it.
I'm old.
He
He
gonna get you some motion, but you ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. You know, I'm an old head. You know what I'm saying? I'm 72 on this show, baby. I'm 72. What AFC or NFC teams will be in the playoffs this year that no one expected?
I would say the Lions, but this year they put respect on our name, so they expect us to be in there. So I ain't gotta mention them. But
hey, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a gambler. I put money on the Lions doing something this year than I would the Browns.
You know what I'm saying?
That's me.
I mean, I'd have
been
put my money on the Lions over the Browns any day.
Straight up on the flip, gang.
Rather be your grandpappy's Browns or the new
coming
Browns.
To you live from Cleveland. That didn't even sound right. Not tomorrow, today. Gully, who you got, man? Which AFC or NFC team or teams will be in the playoffs this year that no one expected?
The Lions for sure.
Oh, now you want to pick the Lions. You know what? I'm so sick of it.
He drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, come on, man.
The AFC. Why I gotta pick other teams? There ain't but 6 of them gonna make it to the playoffs anyway. Why I gotta pick other teams? Why I gotta go say, oh, you know what? The Carolina Panthers gonna turn it around. Why I gotta do that?
No, they ain't.
I wish Brother Rich was here.
I know. I'm about to be on the bandwagon.
At least Brother Rich stay true to who he tell you. Hey, man, ain't no team with James Harden on it gonna ever win a championship.
What team? What do you? It ain't but 6 of them make the playoffs, bro. 6 of them are. I'm sorry, like 8 of them, whatever else. Somebody got Rams.
He said Rams.
Yeah, Puka Nacua and a healthy Cooper Cup, boy, they gonna be dangerous.
Nacua.
Oh, Hutch with the interception. My bad. I'm sorry.
It's all good. No. That's what we want. That's what we want. Live updates, baby. Live updates. But that's
just got a one-handed interception on a screenplay that he just blew up. Great first-round pick for the Lions, and we got great field position. 7:28 left in the first.
First of all, let me say, D-Runk, I appreciate you, man, Lions. For understanding the assignment. D-Runk is he ain't gonna go with the favorites. Everybody talking about the Lions. Hey,
what was your question? Reread your question.
Oh, okay. I said, what AFC, NFC team or teams will be in the playoffs this year that no one expected?
Woo. That was a beautiful
Who
one. Okay.
picked the Lions to do anything other than lay an egg this year before October?
What you mean?
For September.
BSJ.
You picked the Lions. You
Yeah,
picked the
they
Lions.
had a lot of preseason hype, Gully.
They did. They had a lot of preseason.
What you
hype. Like,
mean?
this is a team.
Yeah.
This is a team that people believed in.
Yeah.
After that,
What did they do
Hard
last
Knock
year?
show, after that Hard
Oh,
Knock show,
stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Talk about
What
what
did
they did
do
last year.
Yeah,
Stop it.
no. What did they do last year?
We finished 9-8.
They won their
After
last
going
year.
It was 8-2 in the last 10, and we kept the streak rolling when we came back. We only lost one game so far.
Hey, but let me tell you why I think
They
that
ain't
they was
losing
gonna do
today,
something.
that's for
The
sure.
Hex not ain't losing today. They finna tear
I'll tell you what
Carolina
I
up.
think. When they beat the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, after seeming like the Packers, owned them and the Bears, I said, "Oh yeah, keep this
It's
team on
time
your
now.
radar."
It's time
But
now.
I like Dan Campbell. I just like Dan Campbell. He can relate to them guys.
Mhm.
He don't come in there talking about some, based on the analytics, it's 3rd and 1 on our own 10-yard line. In the opponent's 10-yard line. What the percentages say we should do is we should run a double reverse slash ZY65S toss
And
power
he's in
trap
the hand.
on 3. Like what did he said? Look, man, I pay y'all $700 million a piece. Okay. That offensive line is about 395 pounds a piece. He said, man, go get me a yard. We're not going to complicate this thing. Go get me a yard. We got a couple more comments rolling in right here. D-Runk, he weighing in again. He said, Double J, stop messing with the buttons. Lions was favored to win the division. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
Taking the
again,
North.
y'all Lions fans got to realize y'all not underdogs no more. Straight up. Y'all not underdogs no more. You know what I'm saying? The Browns should
We
be
not,
anyway.
but people still treat it like that though. Until preseason, and we were still kind of we don't know if they're gonna be able to do it again next year. Then preseason hit, and we kept the steam rolling. Now people want to start believing. Now y'all should have believed last year when we went 8-2 in our last 10. Y'all should have been believing then.
Well, guess who I'm picking? The
Browns.
Texans.
Put the Lucia down. Put Double J, give him his meds and get him to bed because
I don't, honestly, it was going.
Uncle Grandpa over there tripping.
It really is going to come down to who in the
Texans?
AFC South and NFC
Listen, the
South.
AFC South is up for grabs. The Jaguars stink because they were.
They'll
But
still
they
make
keep
it to the
whooping
playoffs.
people.
They'll still make it to the playoffs.
They keep
Hutchinson
whooping people
score?
that they're not supposed to. They
Travis
now they're back at
Etienne,
500.
Travis Etienne and
Trevor
Hey,
Lawrence.
hey,
Sam
Hutchinson,
Laporta with the
he-
touchdown.
Oh, we got
and where's
replays
he
in the
from?
background, baby.
Hey, where's
We're doing
he
it here.
from? I told
Where's
you
who
guys,
from?
Iowa. I told you.
Iowa. I mean, he ain't from Purdue, so it don't matter.
No, but I told when everybody was like, "Why are they drafting these guys?" Jack Laporta
Jack
and
Campbell
are
was a
dogs.
great- oh,
I
my
watched
God,
them
they got that
all
dog
last
in
year. Just like, hey, I'm going to tell you guys right now, so it's on the record. Cooper DeJean for Iowa safety will go in the first round and will make any team better. If the Lions are smart, they'll grab them
They'll
late in
grab
the
'em.
first round.
Mm-hmm. You got to add to this already powerful defense.
That kid is something else. He locked up Deion Burks all day yesterday, and I hadn't seen that yet.
Whew.
Yeah, and speaking of locking up, I'll be glad when my man Christian Gonzalez get back.
Yeah.
We had a discussion, man, about who could lock up Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? And I found something on Christian Gonzalez, man. He like the first 3 games of that season, he had went up against Hill, Waddle, AJ Brown, and I forget who the other guy was, and they only had 36 yards total. So the Patriots really need him back quick.
I made a huge mistake in fantasy football today.
Okay, well, I'm not worried about it.
Jonathan Taylor came back, and I put Zach Moss on the bench.
Why did you do that? Stop listening to Double J.
They starting running back came back, so I put Zach Moss down thinking Taylor was going to do something, and Moss is still the...
No, you can't. That's football, man. Even though he was back, man, he been out for a minute, man.
It's Jonathan Taylor, though.
Yeah,
and he was out because he was holding out on contracts, too, so
I know,
it's not
but you
fully
still...
injury-related.
No, but you got to wait. Give him a couple of games in, then pick him. Then put him in the lineup.
I should have kept Moss out there.
Don't. Can't hear you, Double J. You having the same difficulties I had
got him forgetting he had
my parlay of the day was Adam Thielen over 53 yards. the total of the Minnesota-Kansas City game going over 51.
Whoa.
A sack for TJ Watt, a sack for Aaron Donald, and there might be one more.
Your parlay gonna get messed up. I'm just letting you know that.
No way. That's
Yes,
a lock.
There's
Doc,
no way.
Don't do that. Just because we said what we said about Steve Kerr, don't do that to me. Let the man
Yeah,
win
that
his
parlay-
$17.13. Would you?
Because
Don't do
after that
that.
parlay get blew up, that's about all he gonna win. $10.
No way. 200.
Get ready to cash out early, son.
And then
that's easy. Remember, it's not about the score.
I know, but I said that last week. I had a bunch of parlays and kept missing them. It's about like Devontae Adams didn't score. He was an anytime scorer.
Devontae Adams ain't gonna be there next week. He come to Cleveland. And Stefanski still.
He need to come to the Lions. You see this blockbuster rule?
Yeah.
Talking about them trying to acquire Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
That would mean us
giving
him Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not comfortable with that.
Oh no, you don't do that. No, you don't do
with
that.
Not an Amon-Ra for Adams. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I love Adams,
Amon-Ra reminds me. To me, he's for the Lions. What was the guy who played for the Seahawks a couple of years back? Help me out. Play receiver.
Not Tyler Lockett because he's still there.
No, not Tyler Lockett. Who's the guy, man? Dag nabbit.
Not Terry Glenn.
No,
Baldwin?
not Terry. Who?
Oh, Chris Baldwin.
No, not Baldwin.
Not
Harvey?
Chris Baldwin.
No, dag
James
nabbit.
Harden.
Yeah, he played for the Sixers and the Lakers and the Nuggets and the Lions and the Browns. That's what it looked like every time I watch the Clowns. I can't. No, not Lockett.
Steve Largent?
Anyway,
how far back you going here?
I don't. No, it's not.
Right.
It's Steve Largent.
No. No, D-Runk, he went in again. No, it's not Doug Baldwin. Dag nabbit.
Yeah, I said Chris Baldwin.
Joey Galloway, Golden Tate. Where are we going?
Golden Tate,
Golden
there you
Tate
go.
was
Golden
the
Tate.
man,
Yeah, thank you. We're talking about Steve Largent. Hey, don't disrespect Steve Largent. Him and Jim Zorn was the one heck of a combination. And Kurt Warner. And not the Kurt Warner that played with the Rams.
Right, the running back.
The running back, Kurt Warner. Yeah.
Who actually is he was quietly on an all-time list. And people don't realize that. Like, very quiet on the all-time list.
Kurt Warner was a dog, bro. And so was James Wilder for the creamsicle Bucks. And then Kenny Easley. Oh my God, we talk about safeties, but nobody ever talks about Kenny Easley. I mean, I get it. Steve Atwater was that dude. And I can see how you get Kenny Easley, but Kenny Easley was that.
Hey, so funny story. I asked Richmond Webb yesterday, former Texas A&M running back, about NIL and other deals. About the
yeah, for sure, D-Runk.
Yeah, he had great years with the Lions.
Yep.
And he said he took a tour to SMU, and he said he's seen all of he mentioned some of the car models by name, but he said they had different practice. They had a practice helmet and a game helmet. He just said they were so open about it that he knew it wasn't going to last long, and that's what flipped him to Texas A&M.
What?
Yep.
A practice helmet and a game helmet.
Yep. They had separate. they had it all. He just said they were just a little too casual about it, that he knew it wasn't going to last long.
That sounds like a Mario Cristobal moment. Anywho, our last item on the menu for our Gridiron segment is onside punt. Did you see that? Somebody and I forgot. I knew about it, but I forget. Well, no, it was.
You sent me that. You sent me.
Yeah,
that
I sent you that. No, it was the three downs. My bad. In the Canadian Football League.
Flickered the ball. And then instead of passing, he just tapped his foot and it rolled across the line of scrimmage.
And they regained possession.
He was able to pick it up. All the ball I did is go past the line of scrimmage. So once he tapped it on some soccer midfield kick type stuff, once it rolled past, all he had to do was dive on it. And
they regained possession.
Line of scrimmage, and they got a fresh new set of downs. Like what?
Yes. But in the
insane.
CFL, they only get 3 downs. On third down, they usually punt type of deal.
But
and the field is 110 yards long or something like that.
No, I can show it here on the screen if you'd like.
That was insane.
Yeah, show it. Yeah, throw it up there.
I've never seen no ish like this before.
Throw it up there. You want me to
flea flicker punt?
J? You want me to go? I got to.
Okay. So you got to give him some time. You know that Lucia kicking in.
Is it up
Go
there?
ahead. Yeah, press play.
Yeah, it's up there. Flea flicker. See? What kind of stuff is that?
Yeah. But listen, here's the killer part. Most people said, "Oh man, there ain't no way." Yet they wouldn't do that in the NFL. And let me show you something here. Let me read something to you. Because yes, this is an NFL. Yes, there is such a thing as an onside punt in the NFL. It is a rare play that is typically used in a last-ditch effort to regain possession of the ball. The kicking team tries to kick the ball short, allowing its own players to recover the ball before the receiving team can. The rules for an onside punt are different from an onside kick, which is used to start the game or to try to regain possession after a score. Interesting. Should we adopt the NFL? Then how? Bless you. Oh, bless you again, and bless you 2 more times.
I'm
Just in
allergic
case.
to that BS you just read. Hey, there's
Oh
no
wow, really? Oh wow.
We're not doing it. We're not doing
wow.
the onside punts.
Oh wow,
No.
Doc. Oh Doc,
Kick it down
you
the
taking off?
field and let's do it.
You take off for D Gully? Yeah, that was a show closer right there. I don't even have a quote for y'all today. And you may forget what I was gonna say. Well, anyway, on that note, it's been fun, but we got to run. I leave you all without a quote today. Y'all don't forget to check us out every Sunday at 12 p.m. At 12 on the PM side. What is going on with me there? I just can't believe I'm done as a Canes fan. I really can't. You know what I mean? But I am done. I'm done officially.
Did you just say what is going on me today?
See, it takes this guy. This is why you don't ever do business with family ever. It's Sunday okay, never mind. You know what? I'm just gonna hit the end button because it's but you know what? Yeah, God. Exactly. Don't forget to check us out every Sunday at 12 on the PM side right here on the yard. Is that better? My God.
There we go.
Y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and of course YouTube. Make sure when you go over to the tube, y'all hit that subscribe button. We'd be much obliged. You know, the bottom right corner, little bell icon, Illadelph type style. Oh, and by the way, James Harden. Yeah, now you want to play nice. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm with Brother Rich. No team with James Harden on it will ever win a NBA championship. Nope. And at the end of the day, no offense or disrespect, but Joel Embiid was rolling over in his grave after he seen that move that the Bucks and the Celtics made. I'm just saying, get out of Philly. All right, and if that don't work, I'll Google it. For my man's Be Rich, Double J, TJ, D Gully. Did I say Double J? And all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. Remember, I'm Barbershop Jay, and listen to the Shop Report. Y'all want to know what's going on? The next time you want to know what's going on. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just butchering everything.
Detroit basketball.
Oh boy. Yeah, anyway. I'm Barbershop Jay. You been listening to the Shop Report. Remember, next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome because I'm getting ready to walk out of here. I'm gonna go get me some Lucia and I don't even drink. Holla. Yeah, whatever. I'm gone, man. Where's the intro? Outro. Peace.